What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 139 of the Clever and Original Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Kody Misialek. Alongside me, the man with a plan, Jayden Reinhart.
Yeah, apparently sleeping wasn't in the plan.
No.
Nope.
Sleep is fake news.
I did sleep, but it doesn't feel like I did. Have you ever just woken up and you're still tired?
Yeah.
That's all the time, man. It's every day.
Ugh.
Every day that
I just want to sleep forever, like never wake up.
I prefer to wake up. I just want to be rested when I do.
Yeah.
I'd like that's the part I
That's the
want.
point of sleeping, man.
I want the
or never sleep, but never need to sleep.
That'd be great. I'd get so much done.
That'd be awesome. Except
I could do anything. I could do anything I want.
I feel like minimum wage would be lower because of that.
Well, because
they'd be like, oh, you can work more now.
Well, no, think about it. Your body would still take damage.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
You wouldn't be able
You'd
to
still be exhausted.
You wouldn't be able to work 20-hour shifts. You could,
right.
But your body would probably not function very well.
Yeah.
Near the end of that, depending on how active the work you are doing is.
Yeah.
In the sky over here is JJ Larson.
That is I. That is I.
One downside to never having to go to bed, though, would be that those 24/7 Twitch streams you see would be significantly lamer.
Yeah.
Well, I think
it still breaks to
well, it's
eat
if something's
and
normal, right? It's not interesting if someone goes against it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
It'd be
significant.
lame.
Like your face.
Like this podcast. Just kidding. This podcast
is pretty lame.
Yeah.
But we're glad you're listening.
Yeah.
So clearly it's not lame to someone. Or maybe it is. Maybe you just hate us and think we're dumb. But hey, thanks for listening anyway. But if you haven't listened to us before, please don't go. We're not that lame. We talk about comic book movie type stuff, video game type stuff, particularly in that order. If you haven't listened to this before, and JJ's messing with his mic,
that's how it goes around these parts.
How it goes. Not lots to talk about, but quite a bit.
I mean, we're still in that lull. It's fucking spring. Nothing happens.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not until
like April, May, probably.
Yeah.
Once summer hits, it's gonna be a fucking just mosh pit.
Information dump.
Yeah.
So much releases, so much Marvel movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Which I guess that's sooner now that
Infinity Wars.
Infinity War is coming out on April 27th.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. But let's stick with the news for the week. Marvel has released a new trailer for a new TV show they're doing, Cloak and Dagger. We've talked about it previously on this show, not that much compared to other Marvel properties, but it's coming out on Freeform, which used to be known as ABC Family, and will premiere on June 7th on Freeform. And the first trailer dropped, and so we watched it. And what are our thoughts on this trailer?
Looks pretty cool. I mean, it looks it doesn't look as gritty as the Netflix ones, obviously, but
right.
It still looks like there's a lot of intensity,
a lot of serious topics.
Yeah,
a lot of intensity, a lot of serious things happening, but probably not as graphic
as The Punisher.
As the Punisher or Daredevil.
Probably not less heads being lost.
Yeah.
Seems more like I don't know if it's to say darker than the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
But feels like it. Follows those two characters, Cloak and Dagger, and their escapades through all this stuff.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't know that much about Cloak and Dagger.
I don't know much about the characters.
A lot of talk about Destiny.
They appeared in a team up series I read, and they seem pretty cool in that. But I don't. They it was an ultimate team up thing,
in the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah, and it was Miles Morales was there, and there's a bunch of other fucking people.
Yeah, but seems interesting. Seems I think I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
I don't actually. I don't think I'm not giving a Marvel thing a shot.
Right.
Yeah,
I
I've
mean,
like watched
at
at
this
least
point.
some of most of them. So
Right.
I actually haven't. No, wait. I haven't seen anything of Agents of Shield past like the first half of season.
Also,
But
the
you watched the
Netflix
first
series.
I watched like first half of season 1. What?
Also, the Netflix series.
I mean, I've seen like I haven't like watched any of Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Or The Punisher.
Man.
Or Jessica Jones season 2.
What about the
Punisher's
Runaways?
so
The
good.
Runaways.
Yeah, on Hulu.
I-
It's so good.
is it?
Yeah, it's
I
really
have
good.
Hulu. have Hulu,
You should
so-
watch it. It's more like I mean, it's a lot more lighthearted than some of the stuff, but it's like really good. Like
Alright.
high school, students find out their parents are part of this criminal organization.
Mhm.
Really cool. I suggest you watch it. Jay, have you seen it?
I have not.
Okay, yeah, it's on Hulu. You get it with Spotify.
Yeah, so I have.
So I think
You get
You
Hulu with
should check.
Spotify?
If you have a student account, you do.
I think they were gonna make
mean,
that
I
for
had
all
it.
accounts later, but they did it
Yeah.
for students first, at
Yeah,
least.
yeah.
Because I have Spotify.
I do too. I only pay $5 for it though.
Yeah, $5 a month. Students. But yeah,
Dabbing
so
over there.
I've Agent Carter is like the only show I never really got into.
I've seen half of it.
Yeah,
Half of-
yeah, that's about it.
There's only one season, or was there 2?
I think there might be 2, but so I watched that, and then I was following Agents of Shield all the way up through halfway through last season, which was season 4.
Mm-hmm.
Once they got off the Ghost Rider stuff, I don't know. I just couldn't keep watching. Like the second half of season 1 is good. Season 2 is good. Season 3 is all right. But yeah, that's what I think of Agents of Shield. And then obviously the Netflix shows are just great. Especially Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Punisher.
Yeah.
They're all really good. And then Runaways. So, I mean, definitely will give this a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have cable though, but I assume this is coming on to Hulu because like all cable shows
would
eventually come on to Hulu.
I would imagine that's where I would be watching it.
So yeah, I mean, I'll watch it definitely. At least give it a shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, any other thoughts on Cloak and Dagger? Anything interesting that you guys know more about?
I mean,
than me?
I'm not that familiar with them.
I mean, it seems to have a lot to do with destiny. They're talking about the universe is pulling them and pushing them together or whatever. But
Like they
Lot
kind of
to
need to
see.
be together in order for their powers to
To work.
work.
Yeah.
Also set in New Orleans, which
Yeah,
not often
cool.
you see.
Yeah.
So yeah, really cool. I guess that's it. Let's move on. Justice League. It is the worst performing DC movie at the box office.
what? But it's so good though.
Or I guess the lowest grossing. Making Justice League 2 seem not as likely.
It'll happen.
So made total of 657.9 million worldwide. In contrast, the first Avenger movie made 1.5 billion. And then that is the worst for a DC film universe, which is worse than the one before, the other one that used to be the worst, Man of Steel, which had made 668 million in 2013. Was expected to get plus 1 billion, but made Batman v Superman was supposed to get plus 1 billion, but only made 873.6 million.
You know, like when you see a kid like crawling up a slide, and then he slips and he slides all the way down. And he tries again, and he slides. That's what watching DC make movies is like. He's like, oh, we're gonna get to the top of the slide. And then they slide all the way back down.
Although they got up there once with
Yeah, that's
Wonder
true.
Woman.
Wonder Woman was good.
But then they climb back down to the playground floor and tried again.
They fell.
Since then,
they fell into the mulch and got a splinter,
Yeah.
and that was Justice League.
Yep. Meanwhile, Marvel is just like moonwalking up the slide.
Yeah. And not just like a regular side, the rolly side.
Yeah.
That has like curves and everything.
Those are fun. I love those.
But I don't know. Kind of disappointing for DC.
Yeah.
Especially Justice League. You think like this is the movie where everything, teams up. You got Batman, you got Superman, you got Wonder Woman, all on the same screen, and nothing. Like it's worse than it made less money than Man of Steel.
I mean, that's just because like audience reactions to these have been bad for the most part. So like people just don't care, Like less people care, I would say. Still, a lot of people still go to them. Obviously, you don't make hundreds of millions of dollars if no one goes to your movie, but
Right.
still.
I mean, it is. We've talked about it before, but it really is just that Marvel is so far way better at universe building than DC is. Because I think DC maybe has too many hopes that the names of the characters alone will bring in the big bucks. Meanwhile,
Right.
Marvel has like actual characters with actual feelings and wants and needs and desires and failures.
Yeah.
And DC's like, oh, it's Superman. You know that guy. He jumps over buildings and stuff. It's cool.
Yeah, he does Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah, his lasers in his eyes and breathes frost. It's really cool.
We talked about it before, I think, on this podcast where they were analyzing, I think the trailers and Marvel trailers focus more on the characters, versus DC is better with action pieces or visual effects, and I think that says, I think that's maybe not the the actual reason, but it seems like a pretty good way to look at it, as people prefer character development and everything. Obviously they like action pieces, otherwise these movies wouldn't be as big as they are, right? But I think they want both, right? And Marvel is doing that better. DC did a great job with Wonder Woman.
That was
Jenkins, really good. It's a character you cared about, even though she's basically a demigod.
You don't find that total either.
Yeah, I mean, it's so kind of relatable.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I mean, she had the same reactions as if you were told that, oh, hey, by the way, you're a demigod. Well, what? I'm sorry? It was kind of this, because she didn't know. She wasn't raised that way, so she still had very human emotions that you could relate to.
Yeah.
Even if she wasn't human.
And kind of they also did the whole good whole fish out of water sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like Captain America is.
Yeah.
Where they don't understand, the outside world or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. You would really wish DC could step up their game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd wish. I think if they rebooted Superman and just made him more sad for a longer period of time, that his entire planet exploded, that'd be kind of cool. Everyone he knows dies.
What?
Doesn't Krypton get destroyed?
Yeah, I think it's already been destroyed.
Yeah, and Man of
Yeah,
Steel.
but wouldn't he be more sad about that than it seems like he is in a lot of
No, I mean, he doesn't.
No,
he
he
never
doesn't
knew
know
anybody from there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, he was a baby.
I suppose.
He was.
I'm not that familiar
He
with
was
his origin.
Goku on the ship they sent from space to Earth.
Oh, right, yeah.
Or Moses. A baby down the river.
Oh,
and then
okay.
ends up
I was thinking
becoming-
and the Ark?
Then become. Or wait, was it Moses? I don't remember. I don't know my
either.
Bible history.
Yeah.
A
little foggy.
Or was
Foggy
it
Nelson.
yeah. Great character, by the way.
Yeah. He's not a superhero. He's great.
Also, he's the brute in Mighty Ducks.
Really?
Yeah, which is awesome.
Wait, who is?
the guy Eldon, I think it's Hansen.
Oh,
he plays Foggy Nelson in Daredevil.
Yeah.
He plays the enforcer in the Mighty Ducks films.
Shit.
So he's like the one, like, you know, just like fighting people, and, you know, taking slap shots that, you know, scare other kids.
Yeah.
So yeah, quack, 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 Mr. Nelson. Murdoch. Yeah, where were we? Oh yeah, Justice League. Yeah. So, not making as much money as you would expect on the team up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not worth it if it's making less than the individual films.
I mean, they really just got to take a step back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've said it on the podcast before, and it's not just our podcast that's saying it. Like,
Yeah. I mean, they just clearly have some problems that they need to address.
Oh. In other box office news, Marvel's Black Panther is now the highest grossing superhero movie in the United States
Like
States.
of all time?
Yeah.
Or
Beat Avengers and is the all-time highest grossing superhero film in the U.S.
That's
domestic
pretty
box
good.
office.
That's pretty surprising for like a single character, like a single character film.
Yeah.
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 Like.
Good movie, obviously. Like we talked about it. Go check out that episode. I don't remember the number, but if you go into like episodes, it should be the title.
I'm guessing 124. I don't know if I'm right.
I don't know how many weeks ago was it. Was it February?
Yes. I'm going with a maybe.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So more like 130-ish.
Yeah.
So
Somewhere
yeah,
there.
check out that for our score. But yeah, so kind of insane that it beat out Avengers team up. You know, the one at the time the biggest movie out there.
Yeah. This keeps getting better.
Yeah. So yeah, let's move on. I putting this story in here because I like it.
Fair
It's
enough.
not much of a story, but Stephen S. DeKnight, who directed the new Pacific Rim Uprising, which came out this past weekend.
Saw it.
Did you?
Did not see I have not seen the first one.
Okay.
Either. Pretty
But
good.
he was also the showrunner of Marvel's Daredevil for season 1. And he was speaking with IGN about Daredevil series and whatnot, and he was like about asking if he would there was a character he would like to bring to Netflix, and he said, quote, "I wouldn't mind taking a crack at Moon Knight at some point." He wanted to explain that upcoming projects are the only thing keeping him from going back to Marvel. Continues the quote with, "There are so many characters that I love in the Marvel Universe. Really, for me, it would be about schedule. My schedule these days, as you imagine, is a little tight. God, you know, when I signed on to Daredevil, I expressed an interest in Iron Fist and the Punisher, which I both loved. I'd love to see Moon Knight get a little bit of love. Great character."
So, Moon Knight, yeah.
So, I want to see a Moon Knight show. I want it. Bring him on Marvel. Make a flippin' Netflix show, Moon Knight.
That'd be fun. That'd be good. I
Be
think
cool.
that'd be cool.
Because so far it's just been Defenders, right? So it'd be
Yeah.
cool to kind of branch off of that
And
now that
the
they've had some
Punisher.
success. Right, yeah.
But yeah, that would be nice. You know, Moon Knight has been with the Marvel Knights property, or like Marvel imprint, which includes like a Daredevil, Punisher, and other characters who are kind of dark and more like street crime and exacting vengeance and everything. But I want a Moon Knight film, or I guess I meant TV show, but I'll accept a film. You know,
Whatever comes first.
yeah, whichever.
Yes,
yeah.
it would probably be a TV show, I think.
He seems
I
like
wouldn't
a TV
mind
show
both.
character, but
I will settle for both.
I mean, they don't do that. They're not in the same universe. Like, really.
Let's go Pokemon on Moon Knight's ass and get a fucking video game, trading card game.
You know, if it was like the Flashes, you know, with the TV show with a different character and then the movies with a different person, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
I just want Moon Knight. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this because it's awesome. They could do it, you know, the Egypt, he's a mercenary, you know, Khonshu, you know, saves him and everything, gives him powers and I want this.
Yeah.
I really want this. But they're not making it happen.
God damn it, Marvel.
God.
Thank you for all the good movies, but god damn it.
Yeah, so next on the list, Moon Knight TV show. Before Defenders 2, before Jessica Jones Season 3, before Punisher Season 2, make Moon Knight.
Yeah.
I really want Moon Knight.
That'd be sweet.
So yeah. Anyone else? What are your thoughts on Moon Knight? Want Moon Knight?
I mean, I'd be okay with it. I do have to watch a lot of things. I'm very behind at this point. Hopelessly so in some regards.
I believe in you.
One
you
day.
can do it.
I mean, I can't. I just like have to have like free
I
time.
believe in you.
Like excess free time.
What's that?
Exactly.
Just like an
I
episode
understand.
here, an episode
We're
there.
speaking the same language, but it doesn't seem like it all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Free time. Wow, that's
Like,
Yeah.
interesting form of syllables.
I don't know. Yeah.
But yeah, this gives me hope. But then they've been talking about a Moon Knight thing for years, and we haven't got.
I mean, we might. It'll be a while.
I mean, the longer they talk about it, the more likely it is that it's coming.
Yeah.
You know, if it wasn't coming at all, then they wouldn't talk about it at all.
Yeah.
Remember that report that they said they were gonna make it, and we talked about it on this podcast.
Maybe.
And that was like a year ago, and it hasn't happened. I hate that guy. Report good news. Fake news.
It's all
just
fake
kidding.
news.
So yeah, that does it for movie type stuff this week. Let's get on some video game type stuff this week.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed, the one that's supposed to come out in 2019, is reportedly
every 2 years now, eh?
yeah.
Or no?
Yeah,
it's every 2 years.
it's reportedly gonna be in ancient Greece.
Okay.
Thoughts
could be-
on ancient Greece?
That could be a really good setting depending on what time period they put it in. Like within that. I'm a little curious about that.
I would
they probably want to hit like a lot of like really I guess notable events, so I would
there isn't a
guess.
clear time frame.
Yeah.
Do you remember how Far Cry Primal was Far Cry 4, but like reskinned?
Dude, that was hilarious.
Do you think maybe this is gonna be that?
No, because it wouldn't take them 2 years to do that. Like Far Cry Primal came out like not that long after Far Cry 4.
I mean, they're really good at making bad games, though.
Well, they used to do it yearly, right? And then they switched to the 2 years cycle.
Yeah, they just did. Well, I think they took like a.
They did that with Origins, right?
Yeah, Origins was 2 years after Syndicate.
So yeah,
2 years is better. Every year, it's like you don't really have that much time to like do a whole lot, if that makes sense.
right.
Like, I
There's
mean, that's
not
why
a
the
whole
Call
lot
of
to
Duty's like it's like 3 studios every 3 years.
Right.
So it's like
I
one
mean,
comes
it's
out every
supposed
year,
to be
but-
like it's supposed to be like great increases, but it's not.
yeah.
Like it's like really marginal stuff. So you don't really get.
Although I think I don't remember what fucking Call of Duty is coming out this year. I saw a trailer for it.
Black Ops.
Is it Black
4?
Ops 4?
I don't know.
Jesus.
It might be.
That's like my least favorite, like of all of them.
I mean,
like
they already
Black-
did Infinite Warfare, and Infinite is literally the
They did
largest
Modern
number.
Warfare. Well,
So
that was
Modern,
back.
like, yeah.
They did-
Fuck Infinite Warfare.
Yeah.
They did
Infinite Warfare. Come on, that title sucks. That title is bad.
I mean, There's only so many like ways you can make the same game and give it a different name.
Yep, Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
Excited for Blops 4?
Not particularly. I mean, it's like okay, Black Ops 1 was like really good. I thought 2 was the multiplayer was really good. 3 awful in my opinion.
You know,
like not like the worst, but like it just was like kind of meh.
You know, I haven't played a Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, I've played. You have the list right here.
Yeah.
Hold on, you should let me see that. Okay.
I guess the thing about it though is like
okay. I've played all of them besides Infinite Warfare, and of course Black Ops 4 hasn't came out. I didn't finish the campaign for 3 or World War 2 though. So
I guess like the big thing about like games like Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty that just kind of keep making games so frequently is that when you get like people who like your game actually playing it, you don't really have any creative freedom. Like that's completely stripped once you're there. Because if you change the game too much, people will cry.
oh yeah, people get.
Well,
really
I mean,
They get really, really butthurt.
It really feels like
And so you just can't change it. You just have to keep making updates that are within the same parameters of the last game, and you're never allowed to have like any kind of creative freedom.
You got a lot more play with Assassin's Creed, I think.
Because they can do different parts of history.
Yeah, and it's because it's not like multiplayer.
Honestly,
like
I would
Call of
rather
Duty,
just watch the History
like-
channel than play Assassin's
Like they
Creed.
expect like the same multiplayer experience.
I mean, old history.
Yeah, the old history. If someone put me in a room and they said in the left door is the old History channel, in the right door is all the Assassin's Creed games, I'd definitely go to the old History channel. Just watch that
There's
instead.
no achievements.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, whatever.
There's no towers.
The only
I will
achievements
feel achieved by picking the correct door.
There's no towers to climb. Is it a
That's true.
Ubisoft game if there aren't towers?
That's true.
So is Legend of Zelda a Ubisoft game?
In some ways, yes.
Except they did it well,
You know.
which is cool.
Yeah, it's cool when things are done well.
I like how
No,
it
it's
didn't.
not.
No.
It's actually really.
I like how I didn't just
It's
hold
really lame
like
to do
what A
things
and
well.
up or whatever.
Hmm?
Is that how you climb things? A and up.
No, just up.
Wow.
I
Even
think it-
simpler than I thought.
I mean, whatever.
I don't actually remember. It's like I don't remember what the buttons are. I just do it.
But like I mean, Call of
I don't
Duty
think A does anything.
and Assassin's
actually.
Creed used to be like this, but still kind of is. It's like the sport games, right? They
Mhm.
release them every year, and it's like basically the same game.
FIFA 2018.
And I don't know. I guess I don't like that. And so I don't buy those games.
Do not support.
Yeah. I haven't played a Assassin's Creed game since 2.
I haven't played
And
Origins. I've played other.
I haven't
ones.
played a Call of Duty game since Modern Warfare 2, and I mean I play
was the
sport
second
games,
best
but I don't buy them every year. And even then, I don't play them that much.
Yeah, I've never really played that many sports games. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like a lot of these games could just be like I don't know. It would feel better to me if they just like did like updates,
Yeah, like paid DLC or something.
yeah.
Where you
right? Like
get new shit.
yeah, like for sports, like update the rosters, or for like Call of Duty, I don't know, story DLC and map. Yeah, I mean, I guess they already do that.
Yeah,
So,
they do that with the games though. I mean,
Yeah.
not story DLC, but they do. And every fucking game has zombies now. All of them do.
Yeah,
I hope the
because
next Assassin's Creed is Greek zombies. That'd be cool.
Nah, I hope not. That'd be fucking lame.
yeah, I mean, well, ever since World at War, which had
Not. I don't think ever since then. I don't think Modern Warfare 2 did.
oh yeah, Modern Warfare 2 didn't, but it had Spec Ops,
Yeah,
which was cool.
yeah. I like that. Those were fun.
But ever since that, you had Black Ops had zombies. Modern Warfare 3, I'm pretty sure had zombies.
Did it?
Um,
I'm gonna look up.
I thought it
which
did.
Call of Duty games have zombies.
but like, I mean, I don't know. I think World at War obviously had the best,
Right.
but I mean, I'm biased because I'd only really played that
World
one.
at War has the best version of zombies in my opinion. Like the other ones are fun. Like I've played a lot of the other ones, but the problem I think is like because they have to keep doing things like improving it, like it just gets really complicated. Like what you have to, what your goals are get really complex. It's not just like surviving in this building. It's like, okay, we got to unlock this thing. We can go in here to get this thing, to bring it over here, to turn on this tool to do this, that does this, that interacts with all of these other things.
I mean, the fun thing about those game types are like, it's just surviving, right? Like figuring out ways to survive.
Yeah.
Like with Firefight and Halo, or like Horde mode and Gears of War, you know? It's just, there are a bunch of different things you can do. But you don't have to do anything specific. Let's just survive, kill a lot of enemies, and don't die.
And that's what makes that kind of game fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be super complex or zombies with fucking jetpacks. That shit was awful. I'm standing there like on a floor, like watching the stairs, and they just jump up from behind. It's like, oh, zombies jump now. Okay, that's fair. Exosuits, I guess. Whatever.
I mean, I don't understand how a zombie could control that, but
right?
Yeah.
Unless that's like the type of zombie, like Resident Evil does that, right? Like zombies can use guns, right?
Yeah, that was like a good most.
But that's like that is the zombie type.
Yeah, a lot of the zombies, and not like
Not
the original zombies from Resident Evil. The ones that could use guns aren't actually zombies. They're people infected with this parasite. And they're kind of like zombies.
So mind controlled, more or less.
Yeah, but they're not zombies.
Okay.
They are, but they aren't. You know, if that makes sense.
I mean, if you can explain it well,
and they
sure.
use guns and
in fucking Black Ops, they just got lazy.
They use lots of guns, actually. It's fucking annoying. It was dumb.
Wait, they use guns in Black Ops? I mean, in zombies in Call of Duty?
No, not in Call of Duty. They don't get guns.
What do they get guns in? Wait, what?
Resident Evil 4.
Oh, okay, yeah. For some reason,
Resident Evil 5 and
I
4,
blanked out for like half a minute there.
Apparently, Resident Evil 5 is like not that good for like fans of the series, but it's the only one I've actually played.
I don't know.
I haven't played it.
Yeah, I had fun. I was like 13 though. So
Assassin's Creed Ancient Greece.
Good setting.
Yeah,
Like
I mean, it sounds like a fairly boring setting, like that. I expected them to pick something like this.
I mean, yeah, it's like a good setting for like a game.
Like they're like
in general.
They're like, as long as it doesn't have guns,
they have to do that at some point. Like, fuck.
It's like, okay, the weapons have to be like swords.
There's guns,
knives, and then just
hidden blades.
Yeah, no technology whatsoever.
Nope.
There's guns in like some of the games. Well, in like
there's in like Assassin's Creed 3 and Black Flag.
Black Flag, actually, all of them besides every one of them after. No, there's
everyone where the biggest one is a musket.
Is there a steampunk Assassin's Creed yet?
Yeah, Syndicate. It's set in like 18 something. It's in London. And
okay.
Shit. There's guns all over the fucking place in that. Like everybody fucking has guns.
Like, why can't they do like an interesting one like World War II or like?
That's what I want them
Assassin's
to
do.
Creed
or even like
plus
World
rabbits.
War One. You know, that'd be cool.
I'd like that. I mean, they just what I think the problem is they tanked the actual plot, and so like they just like torpedoed it to death. So like now there is no plot. It's just like game in time period. These things happen, but none of it matters. Because there is there is an outside plot, but the real plot doesn't exist anymore, really. Because they just like ignore it. They pretend it doesn't exist.
I think I played a little bit of Black Flag, and you just go into a big like building,
like it was
a company, and you're
like
just
it was such a cool
it's
idea. Like it was such a cool idea. Like have this character who like learns stuff from the past, and then like you're expecting it to build up until it's like modern day, and you actually use that stuff
from actual tall buildings.
But then they never do that, and they're like, "Oh, everyone likes the old stuff." It's like, well, you need to like give the payoff.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like the That's what I wanted them to do, but they like gave up on that.
Can you imagine jumping off of a huge skyscraper
Yeah.
into a truck filled with hay?
That'd be pretty great. Yeah, I mean, because they just gave up on it after fucking 3, when they killed the main character, just up and fucking killed him, and then it's just like they just haven't mentioned it really that much since then. You know
Why?
because I think like they didn't want to actually finish the story. They just made it really convoluted and make no sense after that.
Right.
So that they
And
didn't have
at
to do
one
that.
point, it's like if you don't, hit the whole he's gonna actually do things, then you have to like
You have to just
you can't
randomly-
extend it. You have to actually.
guess.
You have to
Yeah.
just randomly kill him in this stupid thing where you. Oh God, that was dumb.
Probably to reduce expectations.
Was it like a button mashing sequence, but there's just no way to
No,
win
it was just like you had to make this choice. Your character makes a choice that isn't a choice really, because like he has to die to save the world basically, because
Awesome.
yeah.
Cool.
And so and so it's just like what? It's like that's and they even have like in like modern day sequence you fighting people in that game. Like you're like sneaking into like office buildings and like fucking up guards with like the stuff you learned from inside. It's like, okay, cool. This is like
This is what I've been
This
waiting
is what
for.
I want to be doing.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
Yeah, this is like the.
It's like,
It's like, all right, you're dead,
culmination of
Wolf.
everything.
It's like, this is what I want to do. And it's like, nope, sorry, you're dead. Now every character is like, isn't a character, and it's just a placeholder for you to like run around in a video game inside of a video game inside of the video game you're playing.
Inception.
But it's not even like a cool Inception.
Dun, dun.
It's like super easy to track and
Yeah.
know where you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
What if he was with his. Yeah.
What if
Yeah.
that
Right.
was the past and they're in the future?
What if.
And those are all his relatives.
So what? Hear me out. What if the whole the main character isn't actually the main character? What if there's a future, right?
Mhm.
And this guy is playing him as his ancestor to try and figure out what's going on, and then in that what's it called?
The Animus?
Yeah, he's in an animus
Mm-hmm.
playing as what's the main character's name?
Desmond?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he's like, all right, I'm Desmond. And then he goes in the animus while he's actually inside the animus in the first place.
That's fucking
And goes
dumb.
back even further.
Then he wakes
Think
up, he's
about
in a
that.
post-apocalyptic universe.
He's like, I needed to go into the animus, find Desmond, just so I could go and learn how to use an animus.
Seems like it makes sense. You could still salvage it. We believe in you.
No, they can't.
No,
It's
they
dead.
can't. It's dead. It's super dead.
The main story's dead.
Yeah, I mean,
The main character's dead. I don't even know
I mean,
who the
it's
character is
Ubisoft,
anymore.
You know, it's
I
like,
mean, Greece is cool and all, but I'd rather just listen to a guy talking. In 1874, the Greeks had set up their homeland in New York City. That's not obviously.
We should. They should bring
I'd
back
rather have a
Altair.
guy talk about it instead of me playing a stupid video game.
Bring back Altair.
I mean, yeah,
That's the only game I finished.
It's the
Did his
it's
whole
like,
family get hung or whatever?
no, that's Ezio. All
Oh.
of his family got hung.
I mean, whatever.
Not all of them, just like all the dudes.
Wasn't Ezio like a baby
Wait, is it hung or hanged?
No idea.
hanged? I think it's hanged.
I think it's hanged.
Because like I know it's different from like
think, yeah.
hanging clothes.
Right. Hanging. I think it's hanged.
So you like hang. The clothes are hung. The clothes are hung, right? And then that means his family is hanged.
Or is maybe hanged like the...
Who knows?
I'm so confused right now.
Well, because they're not hanging like clothes hang. They're hanging like people hang, like hanging people.
But I think it's the same kind of hang.
No,
I
it's
don't know.
it's different. I'm pretty sure it's different.
It might be. I don't know.
It could be. It's hard to tell.
But when it comes down to it, Assassin's Creed sucks.
I mean, it's like fine,
Bad.
but that's like a problem for
I
me.
think fine is a word you're using instead of bad.
No, I mean, there's a difference. Like, bad is like...
A game that makes you climb towers.
No, bad is like a game that like most people physically do not enjoy. Like the mechanics aren't something they like, so no one like buys the game. Or like fine is worse in a way because most games are fine. Fine is like it's good enough that you'll play it, but you're not really all that engaged and you don't really give a shit if that makes sense. So it's like you're just kind of like wasting time. Like doing it because you started it, if that makes sense. And
I suppose.
Yeah.
So like most games are fine, you know. Most are in that like, yeah, they work. Some of the things are enjoyable, and so you just like finish it, just cause.
Right.
Know? Like a lot of games are like that.
Yeah.
And then there's like good games, and there's like masterpieces.
Yeah.
But I'm not excited about it.
I mean, I'm just.
What? I mean,
I'll play it eventually. I don't know. Like I'm not gonna buy it for like $60.
I'll probably not play this.
Like new games that come out are like $20 like 6 months later.
That's because they're bad or fine in your
definition.
No, I mean that happens to all.
Like the problem now is that
literally every game.
And with every game now as a service, right?
Yeah.
And so people are playing one game longer than they used to. And so you need to get people to play, especially at the beginning. Otherwise, your game is dead before it began. So, like, you need to get people playing. And besides, they make most of their money off fucking microtransactions anyway.
That's true. They just have to get you playing enough so you start buying shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then regret it when you stop playing the game. It's like, wow, that was a lot of money wasted.
Is it wasted?
Yes.
I mean, I don't like I mean, we've talked about this before, but I don't like microtransactions really that much.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, if you enjoyed it and you thought it was worth it, and you didn't just buy it and then toss it aside, I don't feel like that's a waste. Like, for example, I play Magic the Gathering. I spend way too much money on cards. But I spend a lot of time actually playing the game using those cards. Like, sure, maybe those cards will be worthless like in the future, but I enjoyed my time and I got what I think is enough enjoyment. I don't think I wasted it.
So it's not the destination, it's the journey.
I mean, kind of.
That's like everything though. Like realistically, I mean, like that's like. That's how it is. Like if you're having fun with it,
right?
Fair enough. I get you.
It's like buying skins. It really makes no sense. When you
it may make wins though, so.
I mean,
skins make wins.
Buying Overwatch.
Oh, see, that's why you buy them.
Overwatch loot boxes. Just straight up buying skins in League of Legends. They get you too. Like sometimes they have this thing called Your Shop where it gives you like discounts on a bunch of skins, and the discounts for skins they give you are generally for people you play often. So it's like, oh shit, I can get this skin for someone I like for like 40% off or like 80% off. So you're like, spend $20 that I wouldn't have spent, buy all of these skins.
Yeah,
that's how they get you. That's how they get you. They know how to make you spend money. It's like I've probably spent more in that game than like most people who play that game regularly. I would guess have spent more than $60 on that game. And same with Overwatch. Same with like any of those. Like Overwatch is technically it's like $40, but like I mean even so, even with that, you don't have to buy characters in that, which is nice.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that does it for the news this week. Let's get on into the juice.
Yeah, what do we got for that?
What are we doing? What are we reading?
Okay.
Watching, playing.
Jay's reading some comics. I know that.
Jay's reading comics.
He has them right here.
What do you got?
Fables.
I don't.
Fables.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what's that?
Have you played The Wolf Among Us?
No.
Okay. Well, it's a Telltale
great game
where you play as the big bad wolf, who is a detective in a city that I can't remember. what city it is.
I think you're in New York.
Is it New York?
I think
so.
probably in New
And there's other fables there too, and they live in secret, basically. And they use magic to keep themselves disguised.
Right.
So like no one knows that the big bad wolf is a detective, and he obviously that's not his name. It's Big B Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like shit that happens in the fable community, and there's like rules that apply to fables and stuff. And then if you can't disguise yourself well enough, like if you're not human or appear human or can appear human, you have to go to the farm, which is just out of New York in a place no one goes. And so all the like the 3 little pigs are there. And it's really cool. Like the first book that I've read is a murder mystery.
Yeah.
And Snow White's sister, Red, dies. And they're all trying to like figure it out. Like who did it. And it's one of those things where like all the clues and like the answer is in the comic panels. Like you could like if you were like if your intellect was high enough, I don't know, whatever.
If you're paying attention.
If you're paying attention, like
reading,
yeah, and like really looking at like the graphics that they have in all the panels, like you can figure out, okay, this is weird, this is off, this is off, and like figure it out alongside the character.
Okay.
And that's really cool. They're not all like that, but one I've read so far, and so I'm really psyched. I actually got 3 of them.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna read those.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm doing in my time.
Do you have 3 or 4?
I've read the first one.
Okay,
they're,
so you
they're
got
not
3
mine.
left.
Yeah, they're not mine. Those are coworkers. He's borrowing them to me.
Sure.
So I've read 1, I returned it, and now I have 3 more to get to the 4th book.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've been reading Moon Knight lately.
Mm-hmm.
I just sticking up with that.
No.
And then not really related to like comic stuff, but I binge watched Queer Eye, really good. And I started watching Sense8, which I wish I would have found out about this sooner.
That show's pretty good. I haven't seen all of it, but I watched some with my like grandpa. He liked the show quite a bit. So.
Yeah. I watched that. So yeah, I started watching that. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I haven't played many games lately. I don't know, just too much going on, I guess.
Yeah. I haven't had much time, so basically it's like, I don't know, I've just been playing a couple game or 2 of League of Legends here and there. Other than that, not really much else lately. Trying to finish a couple animes, trying to finish Serial Experiments Lane when I have like time to actually watch it.
I gotta watch that.
What?
I've heard it's really good. I gotta watch
that. It's not that many episodes. Like I realistically should have been able to finish it by now because the episodes are like 25 minutes and there's only like 13 of them. So like,
I think Trevor's. That's the only my roommate Trevor does not like anime.
Yeah.
But there's a few that he does like Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah. Well, Cowboy Bebop is like
Serial Experiment Lane.
Yeah, he likes that.
Yeah. Gotta check him out.
Yeah, so there's that. Still, it's gonna. I'm like, I think I'm near like episode 300 something in like Naruto Shippuden, so I kind of need to finish that at some point.
God damn! How many episodes are there? Is there an end to it?
Like it ends.
Oh, okay. So I just gotta watch 200 more episodes.
Yeah.
It's like something like 30 to 40% of the episodes are filler. So like
I just skip them.
Yeah, so I just have like a guide that I skip every episode that is not plot relevant.
That's what I did with the Clone Wars TV show.
Yeah. It's like a good way to watch it because it's like I just like get to the things that like I actually want to see.
I don't know though. I get invested in the characters a lot of times, and even like the filler ones, or like after like this big battle, they're like, "Let's go shopping." Like sometimes it can be interesting.
Yeah, sometimes those are fun.
Yeah,
but it's like
take my big sword with me, and we're gonna go shopping.
It's like I just really want to know what happens, if that makes sense.
Fair enough.
No, yeah, I get you. I just
it's like
want
skipping the side quests in a game because you're not really interested in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I usually don't though, because like the difference. I guess it depends how the side quests are designed.
I mean,
Assassin's Creed.
I want. Yeah,
I like have side quests.
They do. The guy who always gets his fucking wallet stolen.
Yeah, but those are just like random events on the street. And you
I'd
can
call them
just-
side
You
quests.
just like walk
Yeah, those are
past.
They're not referred to as side quests
Yeah.
traditionally, but I'd say
There's
they are.
there's like nothing going on. It's just like random citizen, some dude's running away. And it's like, oh, you can get a few pieces of money if you tackle that guy to the ground. Like that's it's not like it's like
You know what had the
Skyrim or
best
something. where
side
it's like-
quests?
yeah.
Majora's Mask.
I've never actually like played that game like really. So like I know
Should
very
get-
little.
It's on
about it.
that 3DS.
JJ, we have a Let's Play channel.
We could play Majora's Mask.
We could play it if we had a setup for it.
Yeah.
How would we do that?
Well, we can play it on
Yeah.
N64. We
I have it on N64, yeah.
Or three.
Like
or
how would we get it? Like
There's software for it.
okay, yeah.
We'll figure it out. I'll look it up. It'll be fun.
Yeah. That'd be
I'll
awesome.
force you to play. I haven't beaten it either, actually. I've gotten pretty far, but good game.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So anything else?
Hmm?
Hmm.
No?
I don't think
All right, that does it for us on this episode of the Clever and Original Podcast. Jay, if people want to find you on the social media sphere, where could they do that?
You can find me on Twitter at Jayden Reinhart.
And
Yeah,
JJ,
yeah.
where can people find you?
Find me on Twitter, JJ Larson 107.
And you can find me at Kody Misialek on Twitter. You can find us all at Clever_Original on Twitter. And as you are right now, listen to us each and every week on SoundCloud, iTunes, and other podcast services. And we'll catch you next week,
Peace
guys,
out.
on episode 140.
Yeah.